Good evening, ladies and gentlemen in the gallery, councillors, staff. Please be seated while Councillor McDonald delivers the blessing. Thank you.
Our thoughts turn to the many families struggling to cope this winter with high inflation, cost of living pressures and, sadly for some, homelessness. I offer a prayer of hope and faith for these families, not only those living in the city of Gosnells, but also in the Greater Perth area, regional and remote communities that are stressed and who face tough situations every day, and ask the Lord to watch over them, keep them safe and help them share in life's bounty. Amen.
Thank you, Councillor McDonald. Before we begin, I'll take this moment to acknowledge the Whadjuk Noongar people of the Noongar Nation as the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today, and pay my respects to them, their culture and their elders past, present and emerging. It is now 7 p.m. and I declare the meeting open. There are no visitors that we need to announce. Disclaimer, members of the public are cautioned against taking any action on council decisions on items in which they may have an interest until such time as they've seen a copy of the minutes of the meeting or have been advised in writing by the city staff. Record of attendance. Councillor Patterson and Councillor Griffiths are apologies, and Councillor Betts has a leave of absence for the evening, otherwise all present. Are there any disclosures of interest? No, thank you. Announcements for the presiding member. Just wanted to thank everyone that attended the annual dinner on Saturday night. I think it went really well. I was hearing lots of people chatting to other people within the community and making some really good connections, so that was a really good outcome for that. I also want to thank Courtney Mazzini, the Mayor's PA, for her outstanding efforts in organising that event. I think she did an exceptional job, so well done to her. And I had every intention of mentioning this on the night, so I do apologise, but I would like to thank Councillor Baines for her exceptional floristry skills and her bow tying ability. So thank you for all your hard work as well, Councillor Baines. Also, as most of you already know, but I will announce it here, is that last week I was at the National General Assembly in Canberra for the local governments, and we, the City of Gosnells, are the proud winners of the Creativity and Culture category. The City of Gosnells is the winner of that. It's a National Local Government Award, which has takes in 537 local governments across Australia. So we're very proud of this little award, councillors, aren't we? And that was presented to myself by the Minister for Local Government federally, the Honourable Christy McBain. So congratulations to Director Blake and her team. Well done. You can take that back down to your office if you like, for a week. So that's really great. On the weekend, Councillor Aaron Adams and I joined the Friends of Alice Brook. They are people that maintain the gardens and whatnot and do plants and whatnot, and they are actually finishing up. And I just want to give a special mention to John Bowler and Mark Lane, who've been with that team for many, many years, over 30 years, and they've had significant input into the rehabilitation or the enhancement of that area. So I just wanted to thank them on behalf of Council here. Also, just wanted to thank the Deputy Mayor for presiding over the meetings while I have been away. Thank you so much, done an outstanding job, and thank you very much. That's all from me. Announcements are reports of delegates. Any reports from delegates? No, thank you. Question time. We have a question from Mrs Tracy O'Neill from Tracy, thank you, 217 Kenwick Road in Kenwick.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just looking for an update on the proposed extension on Clifford Street.
Thank you. I'll ask the Director for Planning to answer your question on that, Mr Chris Talentire. Thank you. Terralink.
Thanks, Madam Mayor. We've got some meetings coming up with state government over the next few weeks about the extension issue, but there's nothing substantive to report at this stage, but we are pushing for a result.
Thank you, Mr Terralink, and thank you, Mrs O'Neill. Thank you. The next question is from Mr Daniel Stevens, 91 Western Street, Maddington. Sorry? Oh, you need your question. I think that's been blocked for a while, but I'll see if Mr Glover, the Director for Infrastructure, could answer that.
Through you, Madam Mayor, the only road closure I was aware of was actually Phillip Street, which is not the one I think we're talking about.
No. It goes into the car park.
Yeah, so I'll need to take that on notice and find out because I think it may well be the shopping centre.
Thank you. Yep, next question. Is that turned on? Is your mic?
Oh, okay. All right, thank you. So my second question is in the consensus Thornley Square Shopping Centre. And my question is, why was the Thornley Square Shopping Centre car park divided between the shopping centre and the library and the leisure centre when before it was communal?
Okay, thank you for your question. Mr CEO, thank you.
Madam Mayor, I think we'll need to take that one on notice again because I think if I'm right in what Mr Stevens is talking about, we're going to need to do some historical research to try and work that out.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Mr Stevens. Are there no more questions? No statements? Okay, there are no more questions and no public statements. I'll move on to the confirmation of the minutes. Can I get a mover for that, please? Councillor Adams and Deputy Mayor Hort to second it. Are there any questions on this item? No. Councillors, if you could please cast your vote. Thank you, councillors. That has been carried. Moving on, receiving of petitions and presentations. Are there? No, there are not any. Thank you. Any applications for leave of absence? No, thank you. There are no questions of which due notice have been given. So we'll move on to item number 12.1, the Public Art Committee meeting. Can I get a mover for that, please? Deputy Mayor Hort to move that. Councillor Zhang to second that. Deputy Mayor Hort.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'll keep it short, councillors, but it's always exciting to give a Public Art Committee update. And for the first time from what we could see in history, it was a non-acrylic, non-oil painting that won the overall acquisitive prize. So exciting to see our portfolio get a little bit more diverse than what it's been over the years. Not saying there's anything wrong with the portfolio, it's wonderful. And a big thank you to my fellow Public Art Committee members, Councillor Zhang and Councillor Griffiths and Deputy Councillor Adams for support through the Public Art Committee this year. That's all, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Any further questions or debate on this item? No. Councillors, please cast your vote. Thank you. That has been carried. Moving on to 13.2.1, the development application for fast food outlet hard stands for vendor sites, lot 1821 Glenbrook Road, Thornley, 2210 lot 800 Albany Highway, Gosnells, and 84 lot 53 Kenwick Road, Kenwick. Can I get a mover? Councillor Dewhurst to move that. Councillor Good to second it. Councillor Dewhurst? Did you want to speak to this, Councillor Dewhurst? It's not your phone, it's someone else's, all right. No. Deputy Mayor Hort, thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Look, every time there's a development in the city, whether it's a park, whether it's a library, whether it's a Lissaman Street, whatever it might be, the feedback is from the community, can we have a cafe there? Can we have a cafe there? And there's only so many places we can obviously have cafes, but it's a serious decision to be made by a small business to start a cafe in an area, especially if they're new to small business. But one thing that has popped up in feedback in my experience is that it's enormously complicated to take care of the development application process, especially if this is not something that you've done in the past. So I think this is a good move forward that we're outlining an area that we think would be nice to have a cafe there. It's not necessarily saying that it's going to be the prime place to have a cafe, but it's saying that the community expects that we reduce the red tape if someone wants to have a punt and have a go at starting a cafe in one of these locations. So I think it's innovative, I think it's different, and it's a nice opportunity to reduce the red tape and hopefully give the community what they want in the feedback that we so regularly receive. So I'm in support, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor Hort. Councillor Good, thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Mayor. I almost agree with you, Deputy Mayor, Councillor Hort. You said it was a good move. I actually think it's an excellent move. Really very supportive of this. I can't give my strongest endorsement. You also use the word cafe. When you read it's potentially a hard stand area to accommodate a semi-permanent trailer, prefabricated building or sea container style structure to facilitate the operation of a food and beverage vendor. I'm visualising hot dog trucks, coffee carts, those type of things. So the fact that we can do this, and again, I congratulate you on your comment about the feedback from people. Every time you go to a park, someone says, I wish we could get a cup of coffee or buy a hot dog or something, an ice cream. So I think this is excellent and I hope we can do some more of them. So well done, the executive, in terms of putting it towards us, because I think it's a superb move. And if we can encourage one or two of those people to have a coffee cart or a truck of some sort, use the hard stand area, invest their monies, and hopefully they can actually do these approvals a bit quicker than taking a year or something to get something done. But if they invest that money and find it's worthwhile, then you never know, something more permanent could arise where they actually, I'd love to see a cafe and actual chairs and tables sitting outside, say, at Homestead Park. I personally would love it. So I'm strongly endorsing it and well done. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Good. I'll just make a quick comment then. I'm in support of this as well. I think that this will create little community hubs within the areas that they're set out, and I think it also sends a message that we are open to looking at new and different ideas if they suit what the council's strategic direction is. And I cannot wait, and hopefully we will get some people that are interested in setting up some really nicely designed and finished cafes within those locations. So anybody else have anything further to add? No? Councillors, if you please cast your vote. Thank you. Thank you, councillors. That has been carried. Moving on to item 13.3.1, the lease for a portion of the Cassidy Road Pavilion to the Gosnells City Football, Sporting and Social Club Incorporated. Can I get a mover? Councillor Williamson to move that. Councillor Baines to second that. Councillor Williamson, Councillor Baines, anybody else have any comment or questions? No, thank you. If you could please cast your vote. Thank you, councillors. That has been carried. Moving on to item 13.3.2, the black spot funding application for 2024-25 and low-cost urban road safety program. Can I get a mover? Councillor Good to move that. Councillor Griffiths to second that. Councillor Dewhurst to second that. Councillor Griffiths doing very well tonight. Yes, Councillor Good. Councillor Dewhurst, do you have any comment or debate on this item? Councillor Dewhurst, thank you.
Did you want to say anything? No. Thanks very much, Madam Mayor. Look, this excites me, and it's not just good to have it; it's actually exciting to have this. Quoting Councillor Good.
Word of the night.
Look, there's been a bugbear for me for a number of years, and I really got to take my hat off to the CEO, in particular to Director Glover's team, for including Mills Road East and Canning Road for the roundabout up there. I traverse that a number of times a day. The amount of close calls I've seen there, I've seen accidents. Just up the road, we've had fatalities. Even just this morning, I had a close call where someone just pulled right in front of me, thought the son was obviously right behind me and didn't see me and started to pull straight out until I saw his wife in the passenger seat going like this, you know. So obviously he wanted to stop, so he stopped because I wasn't going to stop. I couldn't. So look, it's really good. Thank you very much for that. And the other two are certainly worthy of our black spot funding. So I'd like to see that go forward. And if we get the black spot funding, I'd like to see the hill one done first, if possible. Thank you.
Councillor Dewhurst. Any further debate or comment on this item? No. Councillors, if you could please cast your vote. Thank you. That has been carried. Moving on to item number 13.5.1, the financial activity statement for May 2023. Councillor McDonald to move that and Councillor Dewhurst to second that. Is there any debate or questions on this item? Thank you, councillors. Will you please cast your vote? Thank you. That has been carried. Item 13.5.2, the payment of accounts for May 2023. Councillor Adams to move that. Councillor McDonald to second that. Any questions or debate on this item? No. Councillors, if you could please cast your vote. Thank you, that has been carried. Moving on to 13.5.3, the tender for 04-2023, supply and installation of solar panels, batteries and LED lighting at various facilities. Councillor Williamson's to move that, seconded by Councillor Dewhurst. Councillor Williamson? Councillor Dewhurst, I hear the word excitement coming through.
I was going to use the word excitement, but I won't go there, I don't think. Look, this is very great what we're doing here tonight. Great, yes, I've got to say great. Batteries, solar, solar lighting, LED batteries. It is the way to go. Even though it's a LEDs actually digging the lithium out, digging lithium out of the ground is quite a dirty business. But I'm not sort of sold which is the benefits yet. But someone who's actually off the grid where I am now with lithium batteries, it's absolutely wonderful when the power goes out around the place and I turn all my lights on just to tease my neighbours. Hence, they probably don't really like me that very much. But there is a significant saving. We use a lot of power where we are. I'm on a bit of acreage, and there's a significant amount of saving in this. And I'd be very interested to know, but I don't want to create any work or anything like that, but if there's a reduction in somehow in these places where of the use of power, would be interesting, but I don't want you to go and set up a strike team or anything like that. Just want to, if there's a way we could do it, it'd be wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Dewhurst, and I'm sure the CEO will be proud to share that news later down the track when we can work out some cost savings on that. Any further questions? No. Thank you, councillors. If you could please cast your vote. Thank you. That has been carried. 13.5.4, the amendments to the Council Policy 5.4.23, Council Allowances, Expenses and Suppliers. Can I get a mover? Councillor McDonald to move that. Councillor Baines to second that. Councillor McDonald, do you have any? Councillor Baines? Anybody else? No? Thank you, councillors. If you please cast your vote. That has been carried. There are no motions of which previous notice has been given. There is no urgent business. I will need to close the meeting for the confidential item. Can I get a mover for that, please? Councillor McDonald and Councillor Zhang to second that. Can councillors please cast your vote? Thank you. That has been carried. I declare the meeting closed at 7:17 p.m. Thank you. Thank you. 56 seconds. I now declare the meeting closed. Thank you all for tonight.